Hey everybody, welcome back. Alright, let's check on Darren real quick, because he got hit a second time. Okay, he's still good. Yeah, he got hit in that last fight by that great axe. But yeah, luckily he's doing just fine. Alright, let's go ahead and let's blast this dude with bolt, why don't we? Like so. Oh, he is still alive. Alright. Darren, be careful. Oh, okay. Alright. Yeah, it's kind of tough at this point to say whether or not Darren is a better fighter. It kind of feels like he is. Alright, so I just double-click that key and single-click that door to unlock it, by the way. And remember, we have this plus sign down here because we're ready to learn a new spell, but we haven't learned the prerequisite skill yet to learn the next spell that we want. So that's why we're waiting on that. Alright, so this will be interesting. We're not going to get the results of this experiment immediately, but in the past, this is a part where Darren would get stuck a lot of times. When you come back out from this hole, Darren used to get stuck right here, again, on the way out, not on the way in right here. So I'm interested to see if he's going to get stuck here still when we leave. Hopefully not. But anyway, so here we are. Darren should have no trouble following us. There he goes. Yeah, a lot of times I would just tell Darren to stay here because I didn't want to deal with him getting stuck on the way back. But, you know, I'm hoping that has been addressed. Also, people have been mentioning a lot about Darren falling into holes. He would never do that in the past. But apparently now that's something that happens. So I'm real nervous anytime we're around pits like this. I know the catacombs are going to be a real pain. Alright. So far, so good. Alright, let me try to get a stab here. Yeah, there we go. I don't know where. I hit him in the waist, it looks like. Yeah, again, I never really get the face stabs with a short sword. Oh, that was right in the crotch. Oh, very nice, Darren. Alright, cool. These are some decent gloves here. What are the stats on my... Yeah, these are better than mine. I'm gonna throw those on. I'm going to drop those, or I was going to try to put them there. All right. Get this body out of the way. So there is a key later on where you can use to unlock this door, but you really don't need to, because the only thing in here is this two-handed sword. And it's not. I mean, it's in terrible condition, but it's very well made. You could just grab it right here, like so. I'm going to grab it. Just hold on to it. Let me get rid of that bill hook. We don't need it. Sorry, Darren. Again, you got to be careful about running into Darren. Whoa! Whoa! Forgot about that guy. Oh, we got a face stab. Okay. There we go. And yeah, we don't need any of that stuff. Alright, how close are we to learning coherence? We are almost there. Anytime now we're going to get that. Alright, another belt. Nah. It's not better than the ones we're wearing. And there's nothing back here. Alright, so what do we got? Okay, so there is a very nice cuirass. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to throw that on the floor. Then we've got a padded shirt. Darren already has one. I'm pretty sure that the jack would be on the same layer as this. That is correct. So we don't need that. Darren could use this. I mean, I could just wait for him to pick it up, but I mean, let's just expedite the process here. So I'm going to give him that cap. And I really want this helmet, so I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to take this one and give it to Darren. Now, honestly, if we're being honest, okay, we did learn our skill, by the way, but if we're being honest, I should give this helmet to Darren because we need to keep Darren alive. He's for some reason, he's the star of the show right now. So I think it's more important to keep him alive. So if he gets, you know, a headshot from an axe or something, this might keep him alive. So that's what we're going to do there. Okay, so we have learned coherence. What I want to learn next, let's check real quick. So now we can start learning barrier, right? We don't really want any of these other ones right now, so we're going to do that. That's going to take care of the blue plus signs. We're going to start learning that. And the question is expansion, coherence. I don't remember which one we're going to need next. So I think what I'm going to do is work on maneuvering and armor 2, which will further address our encumbrance issue as we get more and more layers of heavier and heavier armor. So there's the key I was talking about that you don't really need for that jail cell. We got some decent gear here. That was pretty good. Right, doesn't seem like there's anything else useful around here. Yeah, nothing. Alright, that's so interesting, like seeing Darren kind of consider things. It's almost kind of creepy. Kind of almost uncanny. And now he's going to walk around the room like, dude, I already checked everything. Let's go. Let's go. Hopefully he'll follow me. He'll see, oh, okay, he's gone. He left the room. Maybe I should leave. See if he does that. Yeah, okay. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, good. Alright, so now we're going to find out about the Darren getting stuck thing. Hopefully it is a thing of the past. Get rid of these boulders. All I'm going to do is trip over them. Alright, so here we go. Here we go. Right here where I'm standing, that's where he usually would get stuck. Let's see how he handles it this time. Okay, so far not so good. What is going on here? Where is he? Darren? Darren? Well, oh, okay, so he's right there. Oh, I just face planted. Yeah, almost face planted again. Something tells me he's gonna get stuck. Even I'm getting stuck here. Come on, Darren, you can do it. You can do it. Oh, yes, he did it. All right, that is awesome. That is good. That is very good. Excellent. Because that was always a real annoying thing. So, you remember... Whoa. Hold on, let's handle this situation here. I'm trying to find the right distance to get a good base stab, but I'm not finding it. I always end up getting them in the abdomen. That's why I want a regular one-handed sword, not a short sword. Okay. Anyway, I was mentioning... Come on, Darren. The Darren getting stuck, what you used to have to do to fix it, and sometimes it wouldn't even work, but the thing you had to do to fix it was you had to literally get behind him and just try to push him. And obviously he would not like that, and a lot of times it just didn't even work. So I'm very glad that I did not have to bother with that. Very glad. Right. By the way, if you are new to the game, there's a lot of these items that you can use as weapons, by the way. Like that candlestick, you can use it as a weapon. You can use... there's crutches that you'll find that you can use. You know, skillets, frying pans, all kinds of things. So yeah, you can try to experiment with a lot of different items as weapons. All right. Now these two zombies used to always fight each other because they would be next to each other and they would be kind of jockeying for position. They look like, well, so far no issue, but I'm gonna try to lure this guy out into the hallway so we have more room to fight him. I'm trying to instigate things by swinging my weapon at him. There we go. So yeah, he has a false leg as a weapon. Go ahead and... Oh, Darren! I gotta help. Darren with the parry. Darren fist... Darren's falling all over this bench here. Alright, there we go. That was wild. Yeah, I don't need that. Okay. Alright, this other dude is having some real trouble with this table. Honestly, this kind of thing makes sense to me. I know it's not intended, but these zombies, like, why shouldn't they be having trouble walking? Why shouldn't they be all clumsy and stuff? You know, it makes sense. Alright, he's usually wearing some decent... quilted trousers. We already have better pants, so... we don't need that. Alright, so... over here, what do we got? Some cloth leggings. Cloth leggings are excellent. I have the quilted trousers that were equivalent to the ones I just saw, but now I've got cloth leggings. Darren already has some. Yes, that's a walking stick. You can use that as a weapon. Alright. So cool seeing Darren check things out. Alright. Was this lit up like that before? I guess probably was, but anyway, we're about to have a little flashback here. Confused memory surface, but you fight them down in fear. Nevertheless, something was restored. What's wrong? Okay, so this is kind of new. Nothing, just a headache. Leave me alone. It must be bad. It just surprised me. It's gone now. So I wouldn't mind having any headache I ever have just last for 2 seconds. That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, okay. So that dialogue option, like to talk to Darren about what just happened, that's new. Cool. And now we get our first health salve. These things are beautiful. Alright, this is a full salve. This will restore all of your health. And I guess for those of you who are new to the game, your health bar is like, it's a yellow bar. Darren's going to check this out, I guess. There's a walking stick here. Alright, Darren. Do you think I care? I've got a sword. Do you think I care? Okay, anyway, I'm going to leave Darren alone. Yeah, so your health is a yellow bar. And that yellow is considered stamina. Even though it doesn't work like stamina, it works like health. But it will always regenerate. When you lose that yellow health, it'll regenerate over time. If you get red in the bar, the red health does not regenerate. You have to use a salve. And so the full salve I just got, it will refill all of your health, even if you have just a tiny sliver left. But there's also half salves, which will, as you might imagine, refill half. And yes, you can give a salve to Darren, if you are so inclined, which I never am. I've had a rough relationship with Darren in the past, as you can probably tell. Speaking of, how are you doing? He's still good. So he's only taking yellow damage. That's what, you know, if you hear me say that he's just taking yellow damage, that's what I mean. See, I have a little bit of red damage. That's not going to go away until I use some salve action. The only thing that I've always wanted to be able to see Darren's health bar somehow, but you can't. Anyway, earlier I mentioned how you could kind of use a shortcut. This was the place. This is where that hole in the ground was when we first talked about Darren maybe falling down a hole. So you would have missed a lot of stuff if you took that shortcut, but of course that's up to you if you want to do that. Alright, now. Okay, so here's a map of the first floor. The maps are not going to be in the same place. No, they're put in random locations every playthrough. And they're kind of messed up in places, so they don't exactly show you everything, but it's pretty close. The thing is, you don't know where you are on the map, usually, unless you're really familiar with the layout of things. I'm not going to bother with the map. I'm going to take the... I'm not going to take the key. I'm going to double-click it, click that door to unlock it, then I'm going to drop the key because I don't need it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my health salve in here, and I'm going to put this in my inventory, and that's going to give me more inventory space. So that is important to know. Any kind of container is going to help you in that same way. Alright, hey, spaulders. Hardened spaulders, pretty decent condition. Those are going to go on our shoulders. Cool. And let's see if we have anything interesting here. It doesn't look like it. We've got a short sword that's not terribly great. And a bill hook. And I don't... Oh yeah, well there is a mace. Again, it's good to sometimes have different kinds of damage, like blunt or slashing, piercing. Really, blunt is best against skeletons. You can absolutely kill skeletons with slashing damage, but it's going to be more efficient if you use blunt. I'm probably going to need to pick this up for now. What did we give Darren for a secondary? It's a bill hook. I'm going to give him this sword and then switch him back there. And I'm going to put this mace in my inventory. I mean, that mace is not, it's not great or anything, but, you know, it'll do. Alright, I'm going to check this here. Quilted trousers, no big deal. Like, here's another thing you could put in your inventory, this pouch, if you wanted to. I mean, I'm good. I'm going to faceplant real quick. You'll notice I actually lost some of my yellow health, my stamina there. Yes, there is environmental damage. So if you get hit by something, you run into something, you fall, it absolutely does damage. But usually it's I don't think there's any environmental damage that does red health damage. Anyway, there's like a maze and stuff, which we're not even going to bother with. But, well, I mean, just for the sake of demonstration. Well, actually, wait, is this the... I can't even remember. I don't even remember. Is this the start of the maze? I think it is. Hold on. I rarely do the maze because I hate it. Yeah, this is the maze. Okay. I didn't remember if it started in this... It's been so long. Yes, this is the maze. Yeah, you can get some items in there, but there's nothing terribly special. I mean, I'm being honest. It's really not worth it. I mean, it's fun to do the maze like once, but once you've done it, it's kind of like, okay, I know how that works. So I'm not going to bother with the maze right now. We'll do it in a future run. We're going to do 1,000,000 runs, so don't worry about it. If you're just dying to see the maze. And honestly, when you call it a maze, it makes it sound more interesting than it is. I mentioned the brush in the first episode. This is what I was talking about. Like, my armor already looks pretty good. But you could take this brush and double-click it and then click a piece of, like, armor or something, and it'll clean it and make it look better. Again, this looks pretty decent already. But I can do that to make it even cleaner. Well, I don't think this gets any cleaner, but there you go. We can take the spaulders here. We can try to clean those. This has nothing to do with the condition of your armor. It just makes it visually look better if it can. And it also, you can use it on brass armor now. It is purely visual, purely cosmetic. If you want to upgrade the condition of an item, you got to use an upgrade sphere. Alright. And this is the crematorium. Traditionally, there's nothing of any value in here, but I'm just going to check. Well, I say that, but you can use the scraper as a weapon. So I guess technically there is something of value. And there's nothing, can't take the lids off of those. Move those. Yeah, alright. Now, we are almost done with this first floor. Almost. And so in the beginning of the game, it is a little linear. Like there's... honestly, it's not even that linear once you get to the second floor, but it's kind of linear like with the first 3 floors. And then you can pretty much... things open up and you can go to different places in whatever order you want. So keep that in mind. This is not terribly linear. Alright. I mean, that cap is decent, but now we're fine. We both have caps on. And what do we got here? Coat. No, uh-oh. Oh, that was Darren. I thought someone was walking through this door. Be careful, Darren. There might be someone in here I don't remember. No, there isn't. Okay. Move this. There's a box down here. Hey, another upgrade sphere. I don't think I've ever found anything useful in that container. That's good. You know what? I'm going to put these in here. In the old strongbox. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I've ever found anything useful in there. That's pretty sweet. Alright. Plenty of light in this hallway. I could bust out the great axe here. See what we can do. Oh, okay, I forgot how slow this thing is. Ooh! Kind of hooked his arm there. Do something, Darren. There we go. Alright, cool. Alright. Remember, I'm clicking these things that you can read because you get XP, exploration XP, for quote-unquote reading them. I've already read them 1,000 times, so I'm not going to read them here. See if we get anything good here. Well, there's some fan braces we could give. Well, those are actually really nice. But are they this? Yeah, they're a little bit better. Alright, there you go. Upgrade Darren. And, it's another brush. Who cares? I don't want to... We used to have what we called the giant loot pile of Darren. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to toss some of these things. But usually, I mean, he ends up carrying, like, metric tons of gear. And then I end up dumping it all somewhere just for the visual effect. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Alright. And then we're going to have another flashback here, I think. Yep. Is Darren going to... Oh, he wasn't here to witness that. I wonder if he would have brought that up again. Don't know. These lamps, are they magic? Now, this is an old conversation. This can go on, man. Like, what do you mean by magic? You know, the stuff Thalmer... Yeah, this is old. You can learn some lore about the magic system if you go through all this. Like, he's talking about bindings and stuff like that. You know, that would be a binding, and that's not how it works. You can't just create light or force. This requires great concentration. As soon as you stop renewing the link, it breaks. So they can't make a link that doesn't break. A perpetual binding, it's nothing more than an idea. So it just goes on and on and on. So he wants to know more. Oh, never mind, but these dead ones then, what's binding them? Ah, that's a clever question. It's quite different. Okay. Now this is, honestly, this is my feeling. I can't explain this to you. It's too complicated. Darren, please shut up. Alright, so there you go. By the way, the whole binding thing, there are certain spells that when you use them, they stay on. Those are called bindings, and they'll have this this weird border on them. Or wait. No, I think it's a different border. Hold on, let me see. I have to remember now. Yeah, because like this is continuous mind sense, so it has that border. So as soon as you trigger it, it takes a certain amount of your mana permanently. Like you permanently lose access to like a segment of your mana bar while this is active. These other ones, you have to continually recast them. They have like a limited time. So that's what the whole binding thing is. Alright, so we are almost done with this first floor, so we'll finish it up first thing next time and go on to the second floor. But thank you, as always, for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate it very much. Please hit like and subscribe if you would like to. And I will see you all next time.